you often have to deal with the system and a fight for services and a fight for your kid to have a fair chance.
A woman in Laval is taking the Quebec government to court over its French language law, Bill 96. She says her 12-year-old son, who is autistic, has been denied certain services based on language.
He was in a state of extreme crisis. He was having 2 or 3 violent meltdowns every day, and although we were being followed closely by his psychiatrist, she was out of options, and she recommended hospitalization in a psychiatric ward so he can wean off of his antipsychotic medication.
That hospital was Hôpital Rivière des Prairies. However, Elena Montecalvo says her son Giancarlo was denied services there because of this.
They said that we were denied based on the fact that he goes to English school, and Hôpital Rivière des Prairies only services francophones.
This all happened 14 months ago. Since then, Montecalvo says her son has received services to help his diagnosis, despite not going back to that hospital. But the experience has her determined to seek justice. Now Montecalvo is one of the 6 plaintiffs taking Bill 96 to court.
I couldn't believe that on top of dealing with the crisis that I was dealing with, on top of the difficult situation at home, I also had to fight this legal battle for essential services.
It is a very substantive, highly researched case with affidavits that have been signed by each of us saying that there have been significant damages to our lives with the passage of Bill 96.
Andrew Cadell, president of the Task Force on Linguistic Policy and the lead plaintiff of the lawsuit filed in May of last year, says the case could take a while to navigate through the legal system.
Which could be 2 or 3 years from now, because obviously we're going to go through Superior Court, I think this fall, on that case, and then there'll probably be an appeal within a year or 2, and then to the Supreme Court.
The Office of Quebec's French language minister tells City News that they will not comment on the case as it's before the courts. City News also reached out to the Quebec Minister of Social Services for comment, but did not hear back in time for broadcast.
Even if they tell me today that he can be admitted to that hospital, we no longer need it right now. So although it's not going to help my son necessarily, I think it would help future cases the same, where no one in this province should be denied any services or any rights based on the language they speak or the language that they study.
In Montreal, Swidda Rassy, City News.